When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC 811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back, everybody, here to the NSR Xfinity Series. This is the grand finale tonight with here at none other than Rockingham. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as you find out kind of in the background of how Rockingham has kind of come around and how rough this track is, there's no doubt as why they call this place The Rock. As rough as this track is, guys have been racing back and forth through here. Not too much through the NASCAR series, though, since NASCAR's actually pulled their contract and hasn't raced here. So oddly enough, funds have been sent over to Rockingham, actually by the state. And the state has offered a little bit of money out there to help fix these guys' cars up, just actually to fix the track up a little bit. And try to get this track squared away. I mean, as banged up as it is and as rough as it is, you'll see these guys coming off turn 2, hopping and bouncing, trying to maintain contact with the road, and it's just going to be really a heck of a time. Where you're taking a look at Dylan Walterman in the 26 Toyota out there, you already see a little bit of hopping to the front nose of his vehicle. I'll see if we can get a little bit of drone footage as you can see him getting through turn 1 and 2 here. You see how rough it is. Right there, and you do have a certain line that you do have to take on entry and on exit through 1 and 2, which is extremely difficult for guys to really have that great angle to be able to make it sure they get through these turns. Now, if you see guys side by side, I would highly expect possibly a wreck, or we're going to see bumping and banging out there, because there's no way with the width of this track that guys aren't going to be hammering into each other. And we're going to get here to the race info real quick, and let's go ahead and take a quick little peek as we got 197 laps staged here for tonight. Of course, stages will be at 45 and 90, 100% fuel limit, and 4 sets of tires down pit. So this time, hopefully, we got the right count of how many guys are down there. Of course, no faster pairs. Me as your lead producer. I've got Stella hanging out with me here in the side as she's getting a little more information before we get going here. And race control, of course, will be Corey Boudinot. He'll be kind of our eye in the sky, making sure everybody's doing what they are supposed to. But a wonderful 89 degrees out there on the track, 74 in the air, and fortunately, no wind. If there was wind coming out, normally it blows in the direction of, I believe, northeast and blows into turn 2, which puts a lot of guys into the wall. So that is going to be a huge one as we get the Grand Finale 200 just about kicked off here. We see some of our qualifying times. We'll talk a little bit about the points here in just a moment. As right now, Tyler Merritt, Johnny Taylor, and Dakota Ehrman sitting 1, 2, and 3. It is led by a Ford. Well, next time we see a Ford, we'll start in 6th. Down there by Stoney Benfield, Corey Hassler, and Dylan Walterman and Thomas Stanley hanging out with their Toyotas. Now, Stella, we've got our points race here kind of boiling down a little bit, getting ready to get going here. And I do want to take a quick look here at our championship points, where Corey Hines, Johnny Taylor, Mike Bruno, and Stoney Benfield. Now, I am hoping that a lot of people are kind of got the same question that I do, is we're looking at Corey Hines sitting in the number 1 spot, the 57 machine. He's probably the favorite to win, but we haven't seen Corey Hines as he's been kind of MIA here lately. In the last race he was at, he wasn't there at Chicagoland except but about half a lap. So, Stella, you got any information on that?
No, he is currently offline, and we're hoping he comes in by chopper at the last minute. But no, right now, no call, no show.
All right, well, hopefully he doesn't enter like Davey Allison did, and hopefully he's able to get out into the car and see how he goes. So I've got to admit, right now, Stoney Benfield, he is going to be extremely lucky, as we have seen from...
No. Extremely blessed.
Yeah. Well, we've seen how he made it in via points getting in. And then he was at the bottom of the cutoff line. He made it through the round of 12. He was at the bottom of the cutoff line, made it to the round of 8, and now has made it into the championship 4, where Stella, all it really matters is who has the highest spot at the end of this. Of course, you want to be in that number 1 spot, where I guarantee you right now Johnny Taylor would love to be, seeing that Mike Bruno has not had a win yet. And he was on top of the chart just via his points. So his points has locked him in, and he's got to be feeling pretty confident here tonight. But I'm sure Johnny Taylor with a number 2 spot, he's going to be looking pretty strong here tonight. Dakota Ehrman was a no-show last week, and unfortunately that knocks him out of the running here, Stella. And it's really kind of a guys hanging their head there for the Liqui-Moly team, as we're looking at the 48 Chevrolet is not in the points chase.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of this. I think it's amazing, though, that several of these fellas are here because of points. I mean, that means you've had a good, robust season, and you've been, reliable, dependable on the track, because 1 win and you're in, and then you're in the also-rans the whole rest of the time. I'd like it, the fact that we've got points winners up here tonight.
Yeah, a few guys are not qualifying here, and I would question a little bit as to why. Right now, I'm waiting for Matt Sisler, Craig Parks, Mark Sikosi, Brandon Hastings, Eric Schaefer, Jesse Priest, and Brandon Banks. Right now, I'm looking at almost 6, 7 drivers that are not qualifying as of yet, so have no fear, folks out there. Look, seeing that we've only got 10 drivers sitting right now with a time with about a minute left here. They are able to put a couple of laps down to figure out where they are and are not going to qualify. I would love to see a few more of them get out there. But Stella, this kind of gives us an opportunity to talk a little more about the track before we get underway here. As this track, I was telling our viewers out there how this track has actually been revamped here. We're waiting for iRacing to kind of give it a quick little scan and get our guys back out there. But the governor has actually pulled a little bit of tax money to rebuild this thing. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Ooh, yeah. He brought in $40 million, signed a bill to put into Rockingham, North Wilkesboro, and Charlotte. So I don't know. Somebody did some good lobbying. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no kidding. As we're looking at Sisler getting a little loose, and I'm starting to think his qualifying time is not going to be as stellar as he wanted it to be. But we're taking kind of question a little bit, seeing that North Carolina is starting to become more of the heart of racing, where everybody gangs up to come out there, qualify, and and kind of race, but Charlotte being as open as they are, having multiple things throughout the year, they're almost self-sufficient. They don't need as much help as North Wilkesboro that have been closed, and Rockingham that have been taken off since, which year is it that NASCAR stopped pulling through?
2004 they stopped racing there. I think in 2011 they went ahead and even pulled testing from that track.
Wow. All right, well, we are taking a look here as the camera sits on top of the safer barrier wall. Looks like NASCAR had already considered starting to put it together and get it ready. But the more revamp and the more money they keep pouring into this track, they just can't seem to gain traction to get NASCAR back here. But the Xfinity Series is going to be going at it here and really giving it a good shot as we get these guys locked and loaded to put onto the track. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for the night, where Tyler Merritt and Johnny Taylor are going to be sitting in row number 1. Dakota Ehrman sitting third next to Mike Bruno. Right now, Bruno's feeling pretty strong here, but he's got to finish in front of Johnny Taylor tonight, so they'll be starting nose to tail at the beginning of this one. John Williams sitting 5th. Stoney Benfield is in that 6th spot, moving us on to row number 4. Corey Hassler and Dylan Walterman. He'll be starting in row on the outside. Hopefully we'll see that 26 Toyota be able to kick in the high gear, as he's got to have a solid finish here tonight, moving on to the next season. Thomas Stanley will be 9th. Jason Hastings is our 10th spot. And outside the top 10, first starter there is going to be Eric Schaefer and Jesse Priest. Now hopefully we are going to kind of rally cap that Schaefer has fixed his connection issues. The Ford Chevrolet kind of blinking out last race caused a big problem out there on the track, so they'll have their eyeball on him. Let's keep a look at Brandon Banks and Brandon Hastings. Those two will be starting side by side in row number 7. Matt Sisler, you saw that disgusting qualifying time, but he'll have a shot to see if he can get back out there. I guarantee he's going to be in my ear after this one, after we kind of zoomed in on him watching him do it. Mark Sakosi, he'll be starting in 16th, and I believe Craig Parks, our final driver, 17th position. That's where he'll be starting in the 82 machine. If you think about it, only 17 drivers out here, not too bad for passing. But here at the Rock, man, that's going to be tough for passing. Extremely hard to find the right groove, the right angle, and where these guys are going to be able to squeeze on through. Pace car lights are out, so you know these guys are already going to duck on off the track. And we'll be live here and under green here in about 20 seconds. I'm pretty excited about it, but taking a look back out there in the chat, looks like Jay has been waiting on us. I appreciate you, buddy. Hopefully you're not 3 sheets in the wind here. Jay Walterman saying go Walty, and I see Barbara Pinion out there, of course, rooting on the Faster Pastor. Faster Pastor's got to have a solid finish here tonight if he wants to come away with the win. But the NC811 sponsoring the league on his car for the Grand Finale 200. Green flag is out, and away we go. Still at 197 laps here. These guys have to let it go. As you see Johnny Taylor squeeze down on Tyler Merritt heading into one. Good angle. I love the way he thinks. Definitely want to hold him down there so he doesn't get away and get the favorable line. Johnny Taylor's still following behind the 38 here as Merritt is getting a fast time here on the track. He's trying to squeeze away, but Merritt, look at that. Good run here so far. Right now it looks like Johnny Taylor might have to watch him for a couple laps here and just start figuring out where this is going to go and kind of weasel around here. And looks like we've got a driver out of shape here, Corey Hassler. Hassler coming out of it here. He looks just as loose as Sisler was during qualifying. Right now he's having trouble holding on to it, but Stella, no caution as Corey Hassler is going to keep this one going. He'll be next to Matt Sisler here. Unfortunately, that was an 8th position loss, seeing the brake loose here, and he's still having some trouble. Yeah, right now he may have to figure out his turn entry, as that's what ends up happening here at the Rock. He's entering way too early, and it's causing the rear end to kick out. You and I have seen that on the late models that the Graceland Shootout ran, and that is what ends up happening, is too much torque, and then the rear end kicks out from under you. So looks like Corey Hassler will be starting 10 positions down from his original start spot. He may follow behind Craig Parks here for a little while and see if he can get this kind of turned up and going in the right direction. Fastest on the track right now is Brandon Hastings with a 12:03 in the last turn. Right now, Hastings is actually starting to pick up the speed here, as well as Eric Schaefer. Schaefer nails down a 23:86, and right now that is the fastest time out there on the track. Stella, as this is going to be a great race here so far. I'm interested to see if Jason Hastings and Brandon Hastings may have something for us out there, but Jesse Priest gaining 4 here, as it looks like he puts Dylan Walterman behind him as his Toyota makes a scrub of the wall, and our first caution comes out.
Oh, no. Couldn't have been for the screw. Oh, dear me. Looks like Corey Hassler is doing his victory donuts for the night.
Yeah, right now I think his tires are overheated. Something's up here, as his car is not wanting to turn. I don't know if that car is just too hopped up here. Looks like something's up at the ride height here.
Yeah, I was watching that as far as the ride height, but he was he was really, really close on his sides and whatnot, but looks kind of like everybody else's.
Well, an option for him to do is what he is going to take is come down pit road here and just make an adjustment. Try to keep the tires. He's got to be careful on them. But if he comes down and makes an adjustment to try to see if he can loosen up that race car, he may be able to get back out there and try again. We'll take a quick little look. I'm sure Corey Hassler didn't involve anybody else. He probably just looped it, hitting that bump right there, and he does. Oh!
Whoa.
Hard shot to the wall. So not only will he
Nasty.
be making an adjustment, it looks like they're going to be trying to pull the fender off the tire. That is a hard hit.
Yeah, maybe you think maybe he was doing donuts to really warm up those tires?
Nah. Yeah. All right. Pace car lights are still on, so we got a couple of times we're going around. We'll go back out to the chat. And Jay is asking, there's a dirt track down there too in Concord. Yeah, that there is. They didn't pour any money into that. I think he just stuck with the oval, the asphalt ovals anyway.
Yeah, they were looking to get back. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There were 3 particular groups that they were trying to bring in: NASCAR, ARCA, and another one.
The truck series?
Well, I don't think so.
I mean, I guess they would file under NASCAR if that were need be.
Yeah, because they've been running like the Carolina 200, the Cars Pro Cup Series, Good Sam Road Assistance 200, and things like that. But yeah, they had what is it, Myrtle Beach Drift Series that they were hosting at Rockingham. They've always had a lot of little things going on, but never quite. Here it is: NASCAR, ARCA, and SRX.
Huh.
You tell me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Eric Schaefer dropping down a couple positions here.
Uh-oh. Well, it looked like he was about to go into pits and then swerve back out. I wondered if he was trying to psych somebody up. But did he end up going to pit at all?
No. No, the only person who came down pit was Corey Hassler, and Craig Parks came down. Looked like a 12.45 second pit stop time for him.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know if Parks had to fix a little bit of damage there or make an adjustment. I definitely wouldn't expect him to be taking tires this early.
But now, when Hassler was having his little bit of the first one, he did come back up onto the track and clip the back end. of another car. And I do not know which one it was, but maybe that's who it.
We're talking about for the earlier spinning.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye out and see what that causes. All right. Let's get back under green. Waiting to see if Dakota Ehrman or if anybody's going to change positions here in the top 6 as they all remain exactly where they started this race. Moving on through, Ehrman gets a high line here. Gutsy move, but with fresh tires, they'll be able to hold it. Away they go. I'm already checking Jesse Priest out here, making some quick moves. Trying to figure out how he's going to get around Stoney, but no can do as his 5-position gain is going to be halted here by the 75 getting in front of him. And Eric Schaefer, he was getting on the outside, is already slung up to 8th. Right now, our guys losing the most positions out there. Unfortunately, Corey Hassler down to 17. Thomas Stanley down 6, and Walterman is actually on the march back now. He is now sitting in 11th, so he's got a long way to go to fight his way back up there. But hopefully he's kind of sitting this race out just a little bit and letting the race hopefully come to him. But getting back up to the front as it looks like Ehrman overcomes Johnny Taylor as he got a fast time there. Last lap time of a 24.01. That is almost exactly as fast as Tyler Merritt and 2/10, if not 3/10 faster than Johnny Taylor. So Taylor falling off here as he drops down to 3rd. And Stella, right now, this is looking good for Johnny Taylor early in this race is who's going to be coming away with the championship as Mike Bruno is sitting right behind him.
Yeah, I was going to say, to me, little too early to be saying who's going to be coming away from this championship. We saw some definite flip-flops last week, and I will not, I will entertain that may happen again here.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We just caught the very ending of the pass between Brandon and Jason Hastings there. That was the battle for 8th. Brandon comes out on top, and he's starting to pull away. Ehrman starting to close in on Merritt. Right now, Merritt gets a little high into turn 2 here. We'll stick here with the lead as it looks like Ehrman has been on a roll here. Drops down to the bottom here between 3 and 4. Solid run here so far by Ehrman. Here's Ehrman looking to reel in Tyler Merritt as we said shotgun with him here as he is seeing if he can pull on through. Right now, Ehrman, we talked to him last week, actually in the booth last week, and that was excellent to see how he was doing out there, and he has been definitely a force to be reckoned with. Came away with a win earlier in the season, and he has been working on his march back to see if he can command and conquer this league. But Corey Hines just too strong to come away with so many wins out there. But Stella, we aren't seeing a whole lot of Team Conti out here tonight.
No, we are not. And but what we are seeing are new paint jobs. I mean, I'm looking at Ehrman's different, and so is wow, I am having a heck of a time tonight. Schaefer's in a different color car.
Is he? Yeah, I noticed everything was a little bit different here. I will double check and make sure our paints are up to date here. So guys, if you do see any kind of a white blinking out there from one of your favorite drivers out there or them suddenly change, that is a mistake we are definitely looking to remedy out there. Let's take a look as we have already got a lapped car down. Corey Hassler is flying through the field here, trying to hold on. As they fly on back, Ehrman's making a shot here underneath, going through 1 and 2. Quick little bump there for the 38 as Ehrman gets a solid run on through. Fantastic move. Rotating on through, Dakota Ehrman once again here down onto the bottom. 38 riding up top. Can the 38 hold on to it here? Oh, yeah, he gets it, holds it on through the line. Still keeping a solid run out here, Stella. I'm interested to see how that 38 machine is handling these turns, and I definitely expect to see, maybe that's exactly what he set his car up to do, is his car is set up and the suspension is soft enough to handle the bumps that are closer to the top and are going to be much more aggressive to the suspension. So the steering and everything else that right now Tyler Merritt is fighting here, as you see his car bumping on out, he has got the turn exit speed, and it looks like Dakota Ehrman's going back to the drawing board to run him down.
Wow, yeah, I am seeing these guys are jumping over these bumps. I mean, they are just brutal.
Yeah, having a little trouble out here, kind of a couple of these other guys. Eric Schaefer, something's happened to his vehicle as he has dropped down 13.5 seconds off pace. We'll take a quick peek, as it said Eric Schaefer had some trouble out here earlier in this run. There's a nudge there, but it looks like by Jason Hastings. Eric Schaefer, that is a no caution wreck.
Holds it off the wall.
Yeah.
Never puts it in reverse, and it'll keep on rolling.
Yep. Corey Boudinot not calling a caution here. That's A-okay. He is RC up there. So, but that does mean that Schaefer has got to hurry up. Consider that we are running about 24-second laps. He's 13 and a half down. So very, very close. He's got to keep his pace, or otherwise they may catch him here. Let's take a look at that track map. As you see the number 4 up toward the top, that is Eric Schaefer, as he's got to quick and hurry up. So he's about 50% half around the track. Hassler working his way back down into pit. I don't know if he's going to take that back to the garage or not, but Eric Schaefer going to be another driver who's going to be having even more problems. Let's get up to Dylan Walterman, as I believe he's in trouble, as Brandon Banks is looking to shoot around him here. Right now, Walterman trying to hold the high side. I like the courage up top. I just don't know if he's got the setup to hold it here. Trying to fly on around. Brandon Banks rotates up the track, and that also happens when guys drop in and fly in too early. Fortunately, the spotter does say something here from Brandon Banks, and now Dylan Walterman will continue the battle here. This is the battle for that 10th position that we are looking at. Walterman had it. Banks has it now as they shoot across the line. Banks is still going to hold on to 10th, 25 laps into this race.
Yeah, I was watching Banks came down and hit that paint, and it rolled him right back up into Walterman. But no harm, no foul. Good job.
Yeah, well, driving too low or contacting that paint entering the turn will cause these cars to buck up and rotate up the track. That could definitely cause a boatload of problems. But I believe we still got a battle here for the lead, as I think Ehrman had him just for a second, as Tyler Merritt and Dakota Ehrman are still going at it here. Johnny Taylor sits behind and watches this whole deal, and he's trying to figure out, do I go high or do I go low? Low looks to be the right line as Ehrman passes Tyler Merritt on lap 26, moving into 27. He'll be looking at everybody else in the rearview mirror. Johnny Taylor sits on the bottom now, as he's going to rotate through and figure out where he files next to it. This is the battle for second, as Johnny Taylor looks to put Merritt from the lead down to third, and wait and wait and wait. Mike Bruno is now going to try to get it, see if he can get it, actually not a 2-for-1, but now a 3-for-1. The Liqui Moly team member of the 19 Chevrolet onto the bottom, as Tyler Merritt's Ford is rotating back. Big time right now, trying to figure out how this is going to work out. Right now, I don't have many Fords on the move up other than Sisler's, who's gained 4. He now sits 11th.
Yeah, I was watching. It's interesting because Merritt had the setup for Highline. He's been running Highline, but it almost looks as though as these guys are passing underneath and keeping him up there, that he's fallen back, due to whatever, suspension or whatnot. You can't just be saying,
Yeah, well, he may not want to be holding high side for as long as possible. Seeing tire wear is increased the higher that they are going. So we are taking a look at John Williams here, Team Conti member, trying to see where he's going to file in. But check this out. Bruno is still holding Tyler Merritt on that high side. And I know Merritt would love to rotate down about another half a car length, as they have lost a second out there to Dakota Ehrman and Johnny Taylor. They have driven off with this one.
Now, are the two guys in front moving faster, or these guys are slowing down?
Actually, right now, they are moving faster. Ehrman sitting here with a 24.86. Tyler Merritt with a 25 even. Before that, right now, Ehrman and Taylor were about another 0.2 faster than that. So Ehrman and Taylor may be slacking off just a little bit now that they got a 1 second lead, and the two of them are just going to kind of follow the leader here. But I think something has happened. Ehrman stayed on the bottom, may have gotten loose here, and Johnny Taylor makes the pass.
There we go. Take the opportunities.
Yeah, right now is a team member out there racing for it here. Let's take a quick peek at that pass here and see what caused Ehrman to get out of shape. Ehrman on the bottom. Actually, yeah, there it is. See the slide? Yeah, Ehrman got a little loose coming out of 3 and 4 instead of rotating up the track. He tried to hang down onto the bottom and keep it on the bottom, and that caused the rear end to slide up. So Ehrman's going to be chasing Johnny Taylor now as his occupation of the number 1 position comes to a quick end here, and now Johnny Taylor is going to be seeing if he can run away from the 48.
Yeah, good luck, because Ehrman seems to be on a roll tonight. He's wanting that win for the finale of the season.
Yeah, well, he's not. I don't believe he is out there in the points run. Corey Hines not here. Johnny Taylor, Bruno, and Benfield. That leaves me only 3 drivers.
And they are all in the top 5 currently.
Yes, that they are. Stoney is sitting 5th. Bruno is sitting 3rd, and Taylor's leading this one. But still, with so many laps to go here, still a lot of things can happen as we rotate back to Stoney to see how he's holding out. And right now, I've got a huge clutch of cars, as this is actually Tyler Merritt, Brandon Hastings, John Williams, and it looks like Brandon Banks is in the mix. Yep, that is Banks there on the 54, dropping on down to the bottom. Right now, he is following behind Brandon Hastings. Difficult move here as they try to see where they can squeeze through. As we move up to the Michelin Chalk review, we do see the battle up top. Look at Brandon Hastings. Oh yeah, squeezing up top toward the 38 to see if he can get him out of shape, but it doesn't work. Hastings off the paint just a hair, and now Banks is starting to floss around, figuring out where he's going to be, and Jason Hastings watching everything out the windshield.
Yeah, and giving him a little bit of breathing room, which I do not blame him at all.
Right now we are sitting in Jason Hastings' car. Right now he's feeling pretty solid out there. Unfortunately, Hastings was up a lot higher and is now falling down to 10th. Notice the sideways action there by Brandon Banks. Banks having some trouble. Ehrman even having trouble. Check out there on the towers. Priest slides up to 2nd. So Priest on a 10th position gain. Look at this. Right now, that means looks like John Williams and Banks get around Merritt, and now Merritt's still falling back.
Almost like a rabbit in a long race.
Yeah, well, I'm interested to see if Merritt is going to be able to keep this up, or if he's going to make an adjustment in the next stage, which stage ends at 45. Quick chop away here. Taylor has the front spot. And right now, I think Ehrman's in trouble again. Ehrman toward the top, and he is falling back fast.
Wow.
Bruno, Benfield, Ehrman.
Did he clip the wall or anything?
I'm not seeing any damage to the right front of that car.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah, right now back out there in the chat. Walterman's still hoping Dylan's going to kick it into high gear here as he sits 13th. Jay is saying, feels like rumble strips out there looking for the faster pastor, Kip Cook. And Tyler Justice out there rooting on Bruno. Bruno now sits 3rd. He's gained 1 position here on the night, as well as Johnny Taylor. Priest seems to be the fastest one out here tonight, and he's got this thing dialed in as his 10 position gain is showing very, very well. As we are riddled with all Chevrolets here, 1, 2, and 3, and 5 through 8. Stoney, of course, in the 75 Ford, sitting right behind Bruno, looking for a solid finish here tonight.
Go for it.
Yep, we're going to see how this kind of fares here. Remember, right now we were looking at Schaefer, the 4 who spun out, was way off pace, was actually able to catch up, and is past Thomas Stanley.
Really?
Yep. Right now, coming down pit road is Matt Sisler.
Okay.
Well, different strategy here. He'll be able to sling to the front as he'll get a wave around, as he'll end up a lap down at least when he comes back out.
Yes.
I don't believe fuel is going to be a priority here tonight as much as tires are going to be. Only a few more laps before the stage here, and it's kind of a gutsy call here. I like the trying to change it up a little bit, but I don't know if how that's going to work out. I don't know. Uh-oh. We'll take a peek out there. I don't know if Sisler's taking it back to the garage if there's a problem with that car.
Oh, no.
Yep, not looking good. Let's rotate on back as Johnny Taylor leads this one. Jesse Priest right behind him by about a 1/4 of a second. Bruno is off by almost 2.6 seconds. He's got a lot of work to do, and let's see. I think Priest is going to go for the lead.
Well, maybe Sisler will pop into the infield car care center and let us know what happened there.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a technical issue with the rig or with the driver.
Yep. All right, Priest drops off by half a second there. Got ready to make a shot underneath, decides not to. Bruno drops down to third, or still remains third. Stoney is now up to fourth as Ehrman is falling apart. Definitely might have to talk to the crew chief here about what he needs to do to last a little bit longer. He was out there making great gains.
Well, we should be under caution at this point for our stage.
That we are, and rounding out our top 10 is Jason Hastings. Merritt goes from the lead to 11th. Dylan Walterman sits 12th. Craig Parks, now from originally 17th, he's up to 13th now. Eric Schaefer, with his spin there, he's going to be looking to see if he can put that car back together and get back out there and try again. Interesting enough here, Stella, we're taking a kind of a peek at kind of how this season kind of came about, and the amount of wins that Corey Hines had at the beginning of this season was insane. I believe he started 8 races and won 7.
No, close, but no.
Well, at least. I knew Brandon Banks, he started 10 but won 1. But what I'm saying is Hines, out of the 8 he did start, he won 7 of them.
Yeah.
And that was back during the Atlanta time.
All right, well, here they all come down pit road. Let's see what their strategies are. Oh, somebody almost got the barrel award. That was Schaefer. So what is the usual pit lane? No, yes, pit lane time rather than pit box time here. Seems like it's a long run.
Yeah, pit lane time is still just about that 50-second mark.
Okay.
So, yeah, about a minute. So you can be down 2 laps before you get back out there.
Yes, that's what I was calculating on.
Yeah, the curve here is kind of what trips everybody up, which I'm sure race control is watching. They do want them to sit on that outside line and not, ooh, boy, driving through all the pit boxes. Because that's an easy way to chop some of that field there and pick up a few positions.
3 in or 3 out, just as the rule book goes.
Okay, we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Hopefully that does not catch a couple of these guys out here.
Oh. Okay.
That's my only concern. All right, everybody.
You got good eyes, man. I don't know how you do it. you see a little bit of everything everywhere.
Yep. Well, normally the curvature of the track, that once you exit pit road or your pit box, you're to move to the outside. They found at Phoenix that if you actually ride along, not through the pit boxes, along the pit boxes, that you can pick up almost 4 seconds. That is huge when it comes to pit road. If you were able to slice the inside lane and then be able to come back out, especially with how they've configured that track with the dog leg and everything. So it is definitely a kind of a no-no to sit down there on that bottom.
Okay. Yeah, just looking real quick. Yes, you must enter single file under yellow flag pit stops. You may drive through a maximum of 3 pit stalls on entry, 3 pit stalls on exit of pit road to avoid hitting other cars when merging. So you can move a car width to the left or to the right lane 10 stalls before your own, and you may even pull alongside another car during this time as long as your front bumper does not pass their front bumper. But be aware where their pit stall is if you decide to do this.
Huh.
I like reading.
Rules.
Yeah.
All righty, Haley out there in the chat, handing out a strawberry. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. This is the grand finale 200 here at Rockingham. Guys, if you were looking to get your business out here or sponsor a race, get a hold of Mark Sikosi out there with the NSR Xfinity Series that these guys are running. I believe we are even getting locked and loaded for a Cup Series, and they are not waiting any time at all here, Stella. These guys are going to be ready to go, if I'm not mistaken, actually next week.
I do believe.
Yeah, they're going to be cranking out the next season, definitely not waiting any time at all. Johnny Taylor and Jesse Priest, they're not going to be trying to wait at all, as Ehrman's going to try to chase him down with Mike Bruno right now sitting 1 and 2. Taylor and Bruno are off to the races here. Moving on through Jesse Priest to the outside. Oh, he's not happy about being toward the top there. Priest is vegan. As soon as he's able to slice down, he will. He does. 4th spot for him is now Stoney comes up to 5th. 5th trying to still rotate on through as he's trying to get past Priest, who's still stuck on the high side line. Interesting enough to see Priest holding the high line here. As we saw, that didn't work out too well for Tyler Merritt, and that's who I'm looking for, is Merritt up to 9th. Good pit stop there by Merritt. He was sitting outside the top 10. He gains 2. Moving on through, check out Brandon Banks. Banks now sitting in 6th. Benfield moves up to 4th, and we've got some dicey moves working out through here. Taylor still leading this one as we get through, as to get lap 53 underway. Let's get a little bit there. There we go. That way it doesn't show Johnny Taylor still hanging out in the pits. I'm waiting to see if Eric Schaefer is going to be able to kick it into high gear here, and he does. Outside to inside line, he crosses up Tyler Merritt, and this moves Eric Schaefer deeper into the top 10 as he now has 9th. Schaefer was one of our faster guys out there, getting up into the top 5, and then started losing speed and then ended up spinning out. Hopefully in an adjustment with him and his crew chief, they come up to an agreement here, and they're going to give another shot at 45 laps to see if this car can hold. Next time we come down pit road, we'll be on lap 90 for probably a scheduled stop. The key is for guys not to overthink it and push on through. But Stella, as we rotate here to the back, do you realize there's been a battle for the lead up front?
A little bit. I mean, Bruno's up. Oh. When did that happen?
Yeah, actually, Mike Bruno actually passed Johnny Taylor for the P1 here. Taking a look, the 19 machine slides around. That is through 3 and 4. He had him there for just a moment. Good turn here, and I guarantee him through 1 and 2, he was able to yank it on around, and he does.
Wow.
Yeah, solid pass there by Bruno, so now Bruno has the lead out there on the track. So still keeping a fight out there for Bruno right now. That would be something to get his first win at Rockingham as the season finale. That would be exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, you caught me overlooking on Facebook because one of our chat people are saying, I hope I joined the right Facebook page. And it would be under National Sim Racing League. And you can't miss the fact that they're, what is the little page picture at the top called? My mind just lost tonight.
Profile pic.
Profile pic. Yeah, you can see Sim Tracks right there. And the Championship 4 that's running right now.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep this one underway here. Right now, Dakota Ehrman sitting 2nd. Johnny Taylor is 3rd. Right now, Taylor may be looking to wait this out just a little bit and conserve those tires. And Brandon Banks moving up to 5th. Priest from 2nd to 6th now. He's obviously, whatever adjustment that was, it ain't working. He's going to have to fight this on back. John Williams here with Team Conti in the number 5 Chevrolet. He got knocked out. I believe it was the round of 8. I think he got knocked out. Let's see. The number 5 actually got knocked out after the round of 12. So he is still continuing to charge here. Look at Schaefer. You might want to stick with Schaefer here a little bit. I see a little interesting moves here. Take a look. Oh, yeah. Inside as somebody's up there into the wall. I don't know. That looked like Ehrman got up into the wall.
Ah.
See if we can take a look what happened to Ehrman. Yep, right there. Little nudge. That's who we saw getting out of shape there. Now, I mean, that was only on Only on lap 61, so last lap. Yeah, definitely, right now, Ehrman's starting to get a little, actually taking a look kind of where Ehrman is. He's trying to see if he can fight his way back up to the front, but right now, Ehrman's sitting third, not looking too bad. He may be ducking on out, but let's get back here to a battle with Stoney Benfield and Brandon Banks. Banks on the bottom, and Schaefer, how in the world, sitting now 6th, is right behind Stoney. Eric Schaefer been on a roll here. He's definitely not wanting to slow down. We'll see if he gives Stoney a nudge here to see if he can break this battle up that's actually kind of starting to occur for spot number 4. Schaefer slides into 5th as the outside line definitely comes alive. Stoney drops to the bottom, and now Schaefer going to have some turn speed. Stoney blocks him. Wow. Eric Schaefer having to let off the gas a little bit to keep from turning the faster pastor out there. It's like the faster pastor got to get a little bit faster before he gets hammered out there. The 75 machine looks like everybody gets single file yet again. It's Stoney, Brandon, Jesse, and John as the guys here 5th through 8th, as they are all now single file, but Schaefer looking at that 2-second gap he has to reach up there for the lead, and he wants to start chopping down on it right now. As soon as he can break below that 2-second, he'll know he's heading in the right direction. Stoney Benfield down on the bottom here of Eric Schaefer. I think he got a good whiff of that draft, and he's going to see if he can make a slide move, but cannot. They have to wait it out just a little bit. Brandon Banks finds weakness down onto the bottom. The 54 is going to keep chasing him here. And he's going to see if we can put another Chevy in front of Stoney's Ford.
Not this round. Nope. Look at Priest all the way back here in 7th again. He didn't like the air up front.
No, apparently not. Right now it's not working out here for Jesse Priest. 7th position. He's now getting behind Stoney. I'm thinking Stoney might not have the best lane on that turn, as Brandon Banks still holding him to it here. Yeah, Banks has had a couple of opportunities to pass him here, but he is not getting any closer to getting past him. We see he gets about a fender on him, half a car length, and then kind of drops off. I'm wondering if Banks is trying to see if he can set him up here. Right now, Banks may have to take an outside line, not drop to the inside, but he's going to drop to the inside. Because unfortunately, don't know if it's going to work through 3 and 4 here, hitting those hard bumps down toward the paint.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you see Jesse Priest breaking loose right behind him?
Yeah, it's too late for them to be on cold tires. I mean, these are nice, worn, yummy rubber. I'm wondering why. Is it just where he was on the lane, or he hit a funky bump?
Yeah, he may be hitting different bumps out there, causing him to lose a little bit of traction. Let off the gas, set the nose back down rather than bumping up. Brandon Banks makes a good turn there. I noticed through 1 and 2
Yes.
he took it high. That way it would give him some speed heading down the backstretch and drop down to the inside. He's got the speed, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Get Stoney out where he wasn't able to rotate through the turn and ride up as high as he wants. Doesn't lose just 1, but loses 2 positions. Now Stoney down to 7th.
My goodness.
I've been kind of watching out there. Right now, Johnny Taylor is actually starting to pick up speed as Bruno's hanging toward the top line. Taylor starting to reel in Mike Bruno again. And Taylor might have him here. Bruno, I don't know if he pushed too hard here, but the 19 machine looking a little slower than he was earlier in the stage.
Yeah, I'm watching our top 3 up there. They seem to be stretching out a little bit more, but Taylor is contending. Yeah, back and forth, and Ehrman is still in 3rd. I was looking down at the bottom, though. We've got Hastings, Merritt, and Sikosi appear to be all right bunched up together.
Yeah, that they are. Right now, Sikosi may be in some trouble here. There we go. There's Sikosi getting around Merritt now. So you can get on through. Sikosi gets a high line, drops to the bottom. Good turn. Now, so far, so good here. Right now, we are seeing Dylan Walterman. I think he's actually passing Stanley. Thomas Stanley loses a position down to 15th. two drivers that are the closest out here. Bruno and Taylor still going at it. A quarter of a second between each other. Yeah, right now Merritt is still losing ground here, dropping off the table.
Wonder what has changed for him between, qualifying and racing, as far as his setup and tires and things like that.
Well, definitely possibly making a hot lap out there. We knew he was fast, but I'm wondering if his car was out fast out in the fresh air, and maybe no testing was done in any kind of dirty air. So as soon as he got a lick of that, car got too tight and he just can't recover. So Johnny Taylor once again taking another shot here at Bruno. Bruno taking a high line. I think Bruno's going to pull through on this one. Right now, Johnny Taylor may need to see if he can get a hold of Brandon Banks and say, hey, buddy, what'd you do to get around Stoney, which Stoney's now down to 9th. Brandon Hastings has gotten around him. And Schaefer, once again, breaking loose, coming out 3 and 4. He lost it between 1 and 2 with no caution. Right now, he is sliding all over the track. Schaefer's got to hold on here. Right now, as he is chasing, I know he wants a top 3 spot, but he definitely has got to slow this thing down and make sure he is staying solid out there on the track. As whatever Schaefer has done, has loosened that car up and did exactly what it needed to do. But it seems after 20 or so laps here, this thing is falling apart. He's trying his best to hold on to it. Seeing he's talking to the crew chief now, he's saying this car just all of a sudden just is loosening up on him, and now they got to figure out kind of an in between. If he's able to, if he's able to loosen up the front end and tighten up the back end, he may be really, really dangerous out here. But remember, Stella, lap 90 is our stage caution. That is a scheduled break. All right, let's see how the battle for the lead's going. As right now I saw Johnny Taylor riding right behind Bruno through 1 and 2, gets the turn. Now down to the bottom, Taylor's going to do it again. Interesting to see Taylor not rotate up about a car and a half to see if he can get an outside run. Getting real close here as Mike Bruno is watching right now. Johnny Taylor trying to squeeze on by. Down on the bottom here for Taylor. Taylor's holding it close, but I don't think he's going to have it this turn. As the turn exit speed for Bruno capitalizes and comes in clutch once again. Looking on back, I guarantee you right now, you see the speed that Taylor's getting, and unfortunately that is a false sense of security out there. And I know Johnny Taylor knows that. As soon as you ride behind somebody, you feel that they're faster, you feel that you're getting faster, you want to pass them, but when you go to make the pass, all of a sudden it's like the brakes are hit on you and you can't seem to get around. So Taylor may just have to follow behind Mike Bruno here for a little while and wait for him to make that slip up, but he definitely wants to get this stage win here as this is the last race. Points matter.
Yeah, I'm looking the first 4 are within a half a second of each other. Bruno, Taylor, Ehrman, and Schaefer. And Schaefer is making a move on the inside.
Yeah, that he is. And Schaefer taking a look here at Ehrman. Right now, the only guys here that are close inside the top 5 are Taylor and Bruno, who are now sitting 1 and 2. We do have to reach back there to Benfield, who's now down to 9th. So whatever Benfield has changed and whatever Merritt has changed, that is not the right way. You got to try and go the other way. All right, let's see if Bruno and Taylor are getting at it. Right now, I see about 60 thousandths of a second between the two of them, and still Taylor is having trouble getting around Mike Bruno.
Yeah, and we can confirm that Sisler is definitely taking it to the garage, and it looks like Hassler has too. I haven't seen lap count moving on him in quite a while.
Yeah, right now I'm showing Hassler sitting back on lap 35. 19 minutes in the pit box for Hassler moving on around. So that is Hassler right there in the 25-4. That is the lap traffic they are passing now. Wow. That's going to now put him 49 down, and unfortunately, give it to Hassler for still coming out here and trying to give it a good run. Switching it up a little bit. He's got to be careful. Ooh. Yeah.
Sorry.
But Stella, taking a look kind of from a 10,000-foot perspective here, Eric Schaefer has done a fantastic job to come from all the way in the back of the pack without that caution help and is in the top 5 coming up on a pit stop. So this right now is huge for Eric Schaefer. He'll be able to make a quick little adjustment, put 4 tires of fuel, and then go back out there like nothing happened. Because his original starting spot was sitting in, I believe it was 11th spot.
Yeah, and he definitely, hopefully somebody's talked to him about going through, because that was probably an EOL that he should have had by going through more than 3. If he went through more than 3, I'm not counting.
Yep. Well, take a look at this. Taylor had him. Taylor had him by almost a full car length and had made the completed pass, but it looked like Bruno was able to wrap it on around through 1 and 2. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm wondering if Bruno knows he's got this, or if Taylor's got something up his sleeve to try to run him down again. See this outside line? He's got to stay to the outside.
But he doesn't have those perfectly matched and crossed tires.
Uh-huh. Match special? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Let's see if we can find out right now as they get through on lap 90. We got to complete this lap. We get on around. Oh, no. I was hoping Taylor may have been able to come away with a little bit of speed there, but I think he's going to have to take a second place heading into the stage. He's going to send it around 3 and 4 here, but to no avail. He is not going to get this one, as he's going to slice on through to sit back here with Priest. Priest was catching up there to Brandon Banks there for just a moment. And it looks like Hastings, Merritt. This is Merritt all the way back here in 12th.
All right, and there is our third caution of this evening. And there we go, Jay. Special tires, which marks our last stage caution.
Yep. Real good set of match tires. And staggered. Perfect.
There we go, staggered. Okay. By
Right.
the way, they actually used Rockingham in Days of Thunder.
Yeah, I think it was Rockingham. They used Charlotte. They used Bristol. I think they used Dega and they used Daytona.
Okay. Because I have a couple more movies that used Rockingham during their testing years. Want to take a wild guess? Give me one.
Any other racing movies?
Yeah. Racing movies, even TV shows. Got a couple.
I know as soon as you say something, I'm like, wow, really?
How about the Dale Earnhardt story?
Oh, really?
Number 3, Dale Earnhardt story. Yep, they used some of this. And one of yours that you quote all the time, and I have yet to see.
Oh, not Talladega Nights.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, man.
But I have one that's way out of left field. How about the World's Strongest Man competition for the truck pull in 2011? They did that here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a new one. I said, ooh, never seen that before. Ooh, come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, Merritt was actually, later into his pit box. He actually stopped a little bit before it.
Oh no. He didn't go through his pit box. He stopped too soon.
Right.
Oh. Rats. All right, but everybody's in, everybody's out. I hope.
Yep. Well, except
All
Eric
right.
Schaefer. Right now, I still see him sitting down in the pits.
Oh, and somebody just came back in.
So that was Corey
Who's that?
Hassler working his way in.
Ah.
Craig Parks
Yep.
is still down here, too.
Oh no.
Yeah, not 100% sure what's going on here, Stella. I got 2 guys down and out here.
We didn't see any. Really, Stroker Ace at Rockingham. Interesting. They, but honestly, they probably don't admit to stroker ace being done there. Sorry. Not a humongous Burt Reynolds fan.
Huh. I was trying to see if Mr. Schaefer was in the Discord here, if we were able to kind of peek in and see what the heck happened out there. 'Cause he was in his box for 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Ew. No, I do not see him available.
Nope. So, unfortunately, that does put him a lap down, though. He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to hope for a caution to get back on the lead lap here.
Well, it's not unheard of. Although, they have been doing wonderfully tonight. Except for that one at the very beginning with Mr. Hassler.
Mm-hmm.
We've had nothing but the 2 stage cautions, which is awesome.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can get this one back under green. Let's ride with Stoney here for the green flag. Wow, Stoney's actually having to let off the gas on him.
It's kind of blocking him. He had more gas than...
Whoa!
Oh, dear me! Oh, dear me! Well, I think that we got that caution that Mr. Schaefer needed.
Holy cow!
Holy. Wow, got loose right in front of him. I think that was Hastings that I saw.
Yeah, Brandon Hastings broke loose.
My goodness. He's missing pieces and parts.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got super lucky that, I mean, right there, it kind of unfolded. I mean, right before our eyes. Let's take another look at it here.
Oh.
Little
Sure
tire
enough.
spin. There's Banks.
Nice.
Sikosi.
Oh, Sikosi gets tagged.
Yep. Look at Merritt. Merritt is checked up, though.
Oh, wee! Boy.
Boom.
Oh. He must have got hit harder than I thought. Did something break?
For...
Sikosi.
We'll see. Oh, it
Missed
looked like
the
he kept it
wall.
off the wall.
Yes. He did just ruin that new set of tires, though. But yeah, okay. Maybe he's just going back into it, maybe, changing his shorts.
Yeah, the only thing I do want to take a peek at here is Brandon Hastings and that steering wheel. All right, he is trying to save it.
Yep. Oof.
Okay, so I don't see a mechanical issue.
No, that back end just started swinging around.
Yep.
Thought they were doing the waltz with the juice step.
Oddly enough, Schaefer returning back down to pit road here.
Did he get involved?
I don't believe so, no. Craig Parks, he's working his way back down. I'd be fixing some more of that damage.
Boy, I believe Mr. Hastings is going to be there a little while.
All right, Schaefer in and right back out, 10.65 seconds.
Okay. Flash and go?
I probably would believe that. Trying to see over the top during the caution here. Here's Schaefer. Pieces and parts are still flying. And, yep, he got out of there unscathed. Wild turn of events here. Does it look like Johnny Taylor Yeah. Johnny Taylor was getting ready to head down in the pit, but it looks like he was trying to psych somebody out there. Lights are off on the pace car. Schaefer back down pits again.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not playing favorites here. Just 4 was super fast out here, and I'm just not 100% sure what's going on with him. What's going on? Seeing there, touch and go.
That might have been a drive-through. Did he come in too fast?
No, 4.92 seconds in the pit box, so quick splash of fuel and back out there.
Wow. Yeah, because drive-throughs are drive-throughs.
Yes,
I mean, you
cannot stop.
Okay. You can't stop. Okay. I'm learning. All right. Looks like we are getting ready to go.
Mike Bruno, Dakota Ehrman, Johnny Taylor, John Williams, Stoney Benfield here in the top 5 to get lap 101 under green. Away we go. Let's try this again. Right now, Bruno was pretty happy with the start last time. Let's see if he can repeat that. Stoney Benfield now sits 5th. Watch Brandon Banks and his speed. And now the number 5 of John Williams ricocheting off the wall here.
Wow.
And I assure you, that is what happens top line coming out of 2. Hit that bump wrong, and he's paying for it now. Heavy damage to the right front fender. And Stoney Benfield looks like he squeaks by another catastrophe waiting to happen here. So Stoney moves up to 4th, and we are looking at least 3 of our guys sitting here in the top 4 now in the running. So Ehrman takes over the lead, and Z gets out in front. Bruno now sits 2nd. Johnny Taylor and Stoney Benfield. What you're seeing here is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. These are our guys here running for the championship.
All right. It looks like, I mean, they're all in contention, and they are all right up where they need to be.
Yeah, not too bad here by some of these guys. Right now, Ehrman is running once again some of the most insanely fast laps. An 11.89 through turn 1 and 2. That is at least 0.3 faster than anybody else. Ehrman with an 11.73, and now he just knocked down a 23-second time out there on the track. That is insane right now. Take a look at some of the best times, as it looks like Mike Bruno, he hit almost his fastest time with a 23.99, and Johnny Taylor with a 23.90. That is his personal best here tonight, and Dakota Ehrman is blowing that away by almost 0.4 a lap here as he gets out front. But Stella, we've seen this kind of same song and dance. Ehrman's insanely fast, but can he hold?
I hope so. I mean, I like the fact that he seems to have figured out exactly what this track needs and what he needs his car to do on this track. So we'll watch and wait.
Yeah, Merritt continuing to lose positions here as he's dropping down. John Williams
went to the pits.
Yep, John Williams after that hard hit on the right front, heading down the pit. I believe that may do it for him. We'll see if...
Yeah,
see if he takes it back to the garage there. Stopping in the middle is not a good sign.
Yeah, no, it is not. Maybe he'll come into the infield car care center and tell us what was going on.
Yep, rotate up the track and made contact. That does only leave one driver close to getting back onto the lead lap, and that is Craig Parks. Parks has visited pit road 4 times here tonight. Last stop was 42.5 seconds, so he's been fighting a lot of damage out there as Craig Parks has been battling the best he can, kind of given what he's had here, which is a lot of adversity, a lot of guys banging around there and taking out the right side of his car, and I think he's been having a little trouble trying to keep it off the wall in some turns, but he's definitely looking to kind of boomerang back, especially with at least a 4-position gain here tonight, 1 lap down, so we'll have a little bit of work to do. He'll chase... play chase here and a little bit of catch up. Hopefully, if another caution comes out, Mr. Parks will end up back on the lead lap, and he'll be looking to duke it out again. Dylan Walterman, he's sitting out in front of Eric Schaefer. Schaefer rotating up the track. That is him fighting around the number 25 there of Corey Hassler. Hassler down 49 laps here. Still out here giving a great run and definitely showing off his sponsors. Looks like it's going to be the Case Tractor Machine. Oh, Hassler.
Oh, hang on. Oh, man. I think you ought to not stay on anybody too long tonight. We've watched more things happen live this evening than I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Well, here at the Rock, everything gets a little bit more tricky. Right now, Tyler Merritt is still falling off pace here. This will be the pass here to move Schaefer into the 10th spot as Merritt drops down and out here, not having a great night. He was super fast in the beginning, but is unfortunately coming apart here at the seams. Thomas Stanley actually getting a good shot here. He's been rotating around actually in the back mid-teens, but now he sits in ninth. Ninth is where Thomas Stanley actually originally started here. And this is looking pretty good here for the 62 machine if he could just maintain his speed. And Mark Sikosi, remember, he ended up with a little kind of knock there by Brandon Hastings' spin out that we saw there on lap 15. So kind of toying around with that if Sikosi's going to be able to kind of continue his roll on through as he sits 8th from his original 16th spot go.
Yeah, I'm liking the movement here. It looks like Stanley benefited from a couple of those opportunities to dial in his car.
Yep. The only Hastings still on the track is Jason Hastings. He now sits in 7th, gaining 3 on the night. Still moving through. Right now I'm looking to see if Eric Schaefer, yes he does. Looks like Schaefer's going to get that 9th spot here from Thomas Stanley. But now Schaefer has got to look, and he's thinking to himself, I've got 3 seconds to make up to catch Mark Sikosi, and he's got at least one more pit stop before we make it to the end. So Eric Schaefer has got to be on almost a perfect roll here as we kind of sit back on the roll bar looking forward. That is Sikosi way out the front. And maybe you were right. Maybe I shouldn't watch people too long.
He touched that paint, boy, and was fighting it.
Yeah, but look how rough this track is.
It's insane. I watched him from out here on the camera, and I'm almost seasick. Just winging it.
Yeah, the bouncing here. See, going boing, boing, boing.
Yes.
And that's what ends up coming is it comes in a rhythm of how it's bouncing. And then guys are trying to wrangle this car back together and tries to shake itself loose. So we'll check in on Schaefer when he gets caught up here. He's got a ways to go to find right now Mark Sikosi, but Sikosi's still sitting in 8th. We talked about Hastings, who was in 7th, Priest at 6th. Banks is now in 5th, and that's who we roll up on is Banks as he's still sitting behind Stoney Benfield here. Now, Banks has been kind of playing cat and mouse here with Stoney, but Stoney actually turned into a little bit of a Ryan Newman driver here and becoming just about as wide as a rail car, not letting anyone past him, especially since I think Brandon Banks might be a little bit faster out there at this point in time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's part of racing. What is that? Good offense is a good defense?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we had a couple of guys out there. Right now I do see where Jay said he joined their Facebook page. He'll be working on driving out there. I know he's been texting me a little bit about how his races have been going and what things he can change. And I just say, welcome to iRacing, baby. This isn't NASCAR heat where, guys are smashing each other to pieces. This is a lot harder than it looks. Guys here in the sim, no, we are definitely enjoying ourselves out here with the NSR Xfinity Series. The Grand Finale 200 Simtrack's coming to you live here for the Championship 4 at Rockingham. This has been a fantastic race here so far. A couple of drivers losing control. A couple of drivers even losing control and bringing it back. So many guys are just really wheeling this car around out here. And Stella, as we kind of keep an eye here on our guys 2nd through 5th, Dakota Ehrman still leads this one by 1.8 seconds and continuing to drive away, but it doesn't seem he's slowing down much. Last lap time was a 24.59. Bruno's sitting with a 24.70, and right now they match the last lap that they just passed there on 1:20. Right now I'm wondering to see if Bruno's going to start reeling them in here.
Not if Ehrman can help it.
Yeah, still a 10th faster each lap. Ehrman trying to get out to a 2-second lead here. Banks down on the bottom as Bruno passes Taylor here for 2nd. Bruno trying to hold on there. Caution.
What happened?
I think Hassler may have spun it around one more time.
Oh, no.
Adjustments can be made to these cars, Stella, via the tape, tire pressure, rounds of wedge, but if he needed to add a stronger spring, he cannot.
Okay.
So you can make adjustments down pit, but not if he needs to make a big adjustment.
So can that spring adjustment be made prior to the start of the race?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's, I guess, where your race day practice comes in.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, let's take a look back at Hassler here. Whoa, this is him breaking loose.
Whee!
No, put him in reverse. Get off the track, get off the track, get off the track. There you go. Whew.
Next
All right.
race, my friend, you get to do your donuts in the winner's circle.
Yeah. Right now, Jay is even messaging out there, kind of thinking the exact same
that?
thing, kind of what he needs to set up and get back out there. And speaking of getting back out there, right now we're going to be waiting for some of our guys to get back out onto the track as pit road comes alive here on lap 124.
Except for Parks, did he choose not to come in?
Parks decided not to come in here.
Nice.
He last pit on lap 97. Something tells me he's going to be rallying to come back. See what's going on. That guy who kind of rally back, and what I was saying is him be able to hope for another caution here, unless he's getting the wave around and he may shoot back down into pit. But he's going to have to make that call here pretty soon. Yeah, there it goes. You're going to tell him to wait in the back of the field here, so that's when he'll be getting the start. Whoop. There he goes.
Yeah, because there's something about you cannot come in before the guy in front of you? Or something to that effect? What is that rule? You know that rule.
Passing under caution.
Ah, is that it?
Yes.
I'm still working on the one where pit lanes closed, pit lanes open, cautions, greens. That's kind of wild. When you can do what as far as that? That is
He was
allowed.
staying out for the lucky dog. Once he got the wave around, then he was trying to come back down the pit.
Okay.
I just have a feeling because not everybody pit,
Yeah.
he's going to still be a lap down here.
Ah. Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
I thought everybody did but him.
I think there was one vehicle that was sitting behind the pace car.
Oh. Sneaky, sneaky.
See if Craig Parks is on the lead lap. I believe he is. He's working his way around now. Yep. Alrighty. Well. Brandon Hastings there with Team Conti. John Williams with Team Conti. They got knocked out 9 laps from each other. They now sit 14th and 15th. Hastings 17 minutes in the box.
Who does that leave us with? Taylor.
Yep, that's it.
Wow. I remember some races, they'd be battling up there to fill the top 5.
All right. We say we ride with Sikosi sitting 8th. Let's restart here.
Okay. So far, you were with Stoney, and he survived what was in front of him.
Ooh. Quick little check up there right at the line. Good job by Sikosi. Now rear end and freeze. Hard turn here, lap 1 and 2. Notice how Sikosi's still in the gas here. Looks like he might be in trouble though. Somebody's all over his rear bumper. Take a little peek there in his rear view mirror. High revving here for Mark Sikosi.
I think that might be Schaefer behind him in the red car.
Yeah.
Zoom!
Yeah, trying to catch him. He just shot on by. There's Schaefer down on the bottom.
Good luck. Go, buddy.
Yeah. Right now, that's Tyler Merritt. As you see Schaefer scooting around. Oh, Schaefer.
Oh.
Boy, I think I might be in the right place at the right time.
I think so.
Yeah, right now, Schaefer is extremely hard on these tires. Definitely putting the work in. 5 times he's come down pit road. I believe he's still got 1 set of tires left here. Oh, Jason Hastings is getting loose. Schaefer gives him a little nudge here. Caution. No caution, maybe. Hastings, boom.
Well, he's definitely off the racing surface. Did it thump him into...
Yeah, I think he towed. No caution.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Race on, my friends.
Yep. All right, let's get up to Jesse Priest as the 25 machine to Corey Hassler. He's doing, looks like he's keeping in a straight line. No donuts at this time. Right now, I guarantee you, Ehrman is kind of questioning, man, I was out to almost over a 2-second lead here, and now that got wiped. Bruno all over him now. Yeah, Bruno looking to see if he can run down Taylor. Even if Ehrman does win it, then goes to the next one. In the playoff running, who is the highest? You do not have to win the race to win the championship. And right now, I guarantee you, Bruno and Taylor, these guys are looking at each other knowing that they are only one position. If they swap, it's Taylor.
Well, not to mention the fact that Benfield's right there in 5th. And he's, those are the 3. 3 of the contenders are in the top 5, so it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, Stoney's going to have to make up about 8 to 9 tenths here as he's falling off. Right now, sitting in 5th. Ford not pulling around the way I think he wanting it to be. Remember, we've heard him had to let off the gas to get around these turns. Good finish here to the season. Jay's even saying he knew this would be an interesting race. I say because it's an interesting track, not exactly like a super speedway or anything, where it's kind of anybody's game. And it's kind of pack racing. We do see some other trouble happening out there, which, speaking of trouble, Corey Hassler, oh boy. Yeah, I know. I saw the exit of 2, and he was down on the inside of the backstretch. Oh, contact with the wall. Let's try and make sure we're not going to have any trouble, because right now that is Sikosi. Sikosi and Tyler Merritt are starting to reel him in. Yeah, Schaefer with his fastest time on the track with a 23.87.
I would have had, I don't think this racing stuff would be for anybody who has any kind of nervous issues. Even if they don't give you nervous issues. This is crazy. I mean, when you do that one where we're looking out the windshield, I hold my breath. I mean, that's wild. And everything is so close, so fast. Your reaction time has to be on point. It's fascinating. Those who can do it and do it well.
These guys moving around, definitely making it happen here. Ehrman now getting the separation off Bruno, 8 tenths out in front. It's looking good. Right now, that is Tyler Merritt that we're riding along with here. Looks like he seems very calm, cool, and collected, but he does let off. Sikosi gets on around. Looks like they're taking some lap traffic, putting it behind them there. That's Hassler. I know some people would yell and say get the lapped car off the track. I think it's adding an extra little...
obstacle course?
Well, a little extra to it, because right now, I'm not saying he's a danger out there on the track, but he's a little bit slower than everybody else, and it's kind of making the guys have to change their lines up here. They're having to...
As long as he doesn't cause undue cautions. That would be my only...
Well, an untimely caution that could change the race. I mean...
Yes, that's my point.
Yeah, I think you and I just called one on Tuesday that ended up like that.
It happens more often than not, Oh gosh. Yep. Jay says he's out. He's with me. He says he forgets to blink half the time.
Yeah. Well, you do have to figure that out when you're racing, too. I know a lot of guys who do stare and you get that lean forward. And the key is always keep your head on a swivel. Look other places to try to break your concentration. Or otherwise, that's how you steer into people that are spinning.
Ah.
So, yeah.
It's like it's bad enough looking forward. I don't want to look around.
Well, you check up at the wall, look in the rear view, take a look out of the left mirror, and then look back forward again. You know, try to break your concentration a little bit. The only way you got to learn is racing amongst each other, and you can tell these guys have been putting in the time with each other as they race around extremely close, so they know where each other are going to be out there. And that's exactly what you see. You know how Bruno and Taylor have been running together. You saw Banks. He looked like he gave a little nudge to a car that was going out of control there.
Priest just passed him.
Yep. All right, Stoney loses another position here, unfortunately dropping him down to 6. That does leave him a lot farther off, reaching up to Johnny Taylor. Right now he's got to make up about a second there now after this turn. Stoney's about a second off being able to pass Mike Bruno here if he wants to get out in front and win this thing. Check out Eric Schaefer coming alive.
Look who's sniffing on the bumper is what I was just about to say.
Well, yeah, watch Schaefer do a cross-up here, down on the bottom. Good Lord, back in the mix again.
You bet.
I mean, this is impressive. Tire smoke out of the front here. Somebody up front's losing a little bit of control. And it looks like Bruno may have lost a little control, and Johnny Taylor is going to have it.
So it is. I have seen it a couple times now, just in this race. A little bit of smoke, like off the left front tire. That is possible in iRacing.
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, the tire, instead of turning, it's sliding. So right now, this is the pass for the championship here. Down on the bottom, it looks like Bruno still has it, Johnny Taylor. And we saw this how many times for how many laps?
Yeah, this is good though. This is racing. I mean, nobody's giving up. Nobody's, saying, okay, you can have it.
Yeah. Taylor not looking to let go here. But unfortunately, I think he's going to have to, as it looks like on top is going to be Mike Bruno. Eric Schaefer now is up to 6, puts Stoney down to 7th, and Schaefer still on the charge here.
I think Banks is going to come into play here in a second.
Yeah, possibly. I'm waiting to see where he ends up. I know Banks is getting kind of pushing around just a little bit. Banks is the one sitting in front of Priest there, side by side. Taylor down on the bottom again. Waiting to see if a little draft help there, but no one is taking any bets there or taking the high side, which is helping out Bruno here. Taylor just barely has it here. So close. Those two are only separated by about almost a tenth, and now it looks like Taylor having to tuck in again. Schaefer still picking up speed here, though. Right now, his last lap time of 24.91. A little bit slower than the guys in front of him here, so he's got to, he may be either settling in or burn the tires off, or he's definitely setting these guys up as he reels in Jesse Priest there in a matter of a turn.
Yes, that's what I noticed is some of these guys tend to make up their time in the turns, and some of them seem to make up time in the straightaways. So is it just personal preference?
How they've set it up. I mean, this could be a simple change as gearing. He's got the gearing changed in that rear diff, allowing him to accelerate much faster, which could be hurting his gas mileage, but man, he's definitely paying off. But you see his turn exit isn't as strong as his turn entry. So I'm wondering if he is off the gas, allowing it to rotate in, which does put a lot of right front tire wear here for Eric Schaefer. But I can't say anything, as right now Schaefer looking to start putting some pressure on Jesse Priest here, and that'll be a shot for a top 5. But I do want to kind of stick to Bruno, who's right now, he's still holding on with only a few, coming down to the wire here, Stella, as we coming about, about 45 laps left to go?
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, not too bad here.
Top 10 are all within 8 seconds seconds of each other. That's pretty stellar.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic race here so far. As everything kind of calms down a little bit, everybody kind of checking their P's and Q's. We'll see if anybody has to pit one last time. I don't think anybody may have to, as they came down on lap 123. But 123 to 97 is going to be tough. Bruno tries to make a block here on Johnny Taylor. Taylor drops down to the bottom, and I almost wonder if Bruno kind of sets him up to make that turn to see if he can wear Johnny Taylor's tires out. Taylor got half a car length on him, but watch how Bruno pulls back around here as he's going to dive just about halfway down. Taylor rotates up. And does Taylor finally have the pass? I think he's got him.
Does.
All right, Bruno getting ready to cross him up here. Gets ready to nudge him in just a moment. Taylor goes to the top. I wonder if he was thinking about blocking or if he was a little too fast. High side for Taylor, and now he's going to try to put some distance on Bruno. Plenty of time left for Bruno to fight back. Stoney's still sitting 7th right now. He's dropping off pace here a little bit, but I'm sure he's had a great year here so far. A couple of cautions could end up changing this up for everybody, but as we see this one kind of wind down, we're going to head to commercial, and we'll be right back.
What a nice day to install my new mailbox.
Hi there, friend. I'm Dig Safely Man. My job is to ensure you call 811 before you dig.
Why do I need to do that?
Vital utilities like natural gas and electric run just beneath the Earth's surface. Damaging them can cause service interruption, environmental hazards, or personal injury.
I thought only contractors had to call before they dig, so homeowners do too.
Call 3 business days before you dig unless you have X-ray vision. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
.38 laps left to go here in this competition for the Grand Finale 200. Appreciate you guys hanging out there for the NC811.org shout-out time as we headed to commercial. We are back, keeping an eye here on Eric Schaefer once again as he is battling for 5th and, oddly enough, battling for actually to the 4th position and passing who? Yeah, unusual, Mike Bruno. Bruno is now falling down to 5th here in that number 19 machine. He was sitting 2nd this entire time. And not only has Johnny Taylor passed him, but Brandon Banks has passed him as well. Eric Schaefer looking to be another driver to making it a 3rd one as Bruno is watching this slip away as this race is coming to an end. Stella, this is going to be a tight rope for Mike Bruno to walk here as we come down to the end. Is it possible we may see pit stops again?
Well, what is our average? We're looking at everybody came in at 120s?
Yep. I know. Well, we made it 45 laps with no problems. That's obviously more than 45. So
yeah.
How long will they be able to squeak it out? Is fuel trouble here? And does anybody have any tires left?
That would be my big question.
Yeah.
Whoa. Ticked him in the back. Okay. Yeah, Bruno held it. That would be my big question is we've seen them win just on having that one last set of tires. I think that was Biggert last week that said that and came away with a win.
Yeah.
Oh, bud.
Oh yeah, lay a little bit of rubber coming off the track and sticking to the windshield. Yeah, when they come down pit, it'll end up trying to knock it out here. It looks like Taylor actually riding high side out there. And I think actually Taylor is getting ready to take over the lead here in just a moment. Let's rotate up, as I think Dakota Ehrman has burned the tires off again. Ehrman up into the wall. 48 machine trying to hold on to it here, and Ehrman's now going to be checking out. Ehrman down to second, and Taylor has the lead. Yep, but just for a moment, as Ehrman taking another turn high side, and Taylor definitely checking his tires off, making sure he takes it nice and slow because he's got to make them last here. We'll see if pit stops do have to happen. They made it 45 laps, and what we're asking now is over almost 70.
Yeah, I find it interesting. Banks is up here in the mix in the 1, 2, and 3, but then we've got 2 seconds from 4th on back. So they've got some room to make up. But this 1, 2, 3, Taylor, Ehrman, Banks, they're going to be fighting it out for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, right now, the biggest move they needed to see was Johnny Taylor separating there from Bruno.
Oh! Gosh! Sorry.
Yeah, I think that was Thomas Stanley they were running up on to the number 62.
Yes, and he came off the wall. I thought he was fixing to take them all out.
Yeah.
Wow. And that does put Stanley a lap down now, sitting in 11th. So 1 through 10 is still on the lead lap.
Yeah, Johnny Taylor, the last driver out here. Team Conti leading the race.
Boy, and he has pulled away. 1 1/3 seconds. That's dominating there.
Yeah, definitely sandbagging there to get on through. Looks like Banks is going to slide underneath Ehrman now. Ehrman losing a couple of positions. And something's happened to Schaefer.
Oh, no.
Pieces flying off. We got a caution.
Oh, yep. He has no back end. And he didn't come in the pit.
He came in on lap 123.
No, just now.
Oh,
Didn't
he
he
can't.
just pass
He can't. Pit road's closed.
There. See? That's...
Well, you
It's
have
like-
to get around and almost get in formation before they come back down for the yellow.
Yeah, but he's broken. He can't come in even though he's broken.
No. He's got to go around one time. So you see everybody getting behind the pace car. Johnny
Yeah.
Taylor has now met the pace car. Pit road will open.
Ha. Okay.
That way everybody meets pace speed.
Okay.
Peeling off. So let's go ahead and say, hey, everybody's going to come down pit this time. And I
Yes.
assure you right now, tires are
Yes.
a big must. Ehrman,
Let's watch.
I would almost swear that Ehrman, this is his safety. He couldn't be any happier right now that a caution just came out. He needed tires desperately. Mike Bruno needed tires desperately. And because both these guys, I believe they're with phase 2, I think. Yeah, phase 2 chassis works. And both of these guys needed tires, I mean, in a bad way. But now, fortunately, the tires are going on, and we'll see how this race kind of plays out here all the way to the end. Ooh. Close. There's Stoney looking like he's trying to see if he can slice off a couple as he moves up to 5th. Dylan Walterman's now 7th. I think Schaefer's got a heck of a lot of damage here. I don't know if he's going to be able to return.
Wow.
Yeah, oddly enough, Jesse Priest still in the box, as well as Thomas Stanley.
Oh. Well, Stanley had the damage from the wall hit, so maybe he's got to fix that up. Oh. He's going back out with no back bumper.
Now he's going to have some trouble with the rear downforce. Let's check and see what happened to Eric Schaefer here.
I guess so.
Oh, got into the back of Bruno.
Oh, my heavens.
Remember what I was saying about Eric Schaefer having an extremely good turn entry speed? And Bruno, Bruno
let
having
off.
to back it up here, and that's what ended up getting him caught. Bruno checking up. Priest is into the back of him because then Schaefer had to let off. Boy, did you
That
see
explains why
Sikosi almost
Priest is
clipped him?
getting repairs, too. Well, if you were going to come in on a green flag, that's
Just a second.
probably...
Ready?
I thought he was going to hit the bumper first. If you were going to come in on a green flag pit stop here at the end, this is where you would want to do it anyway. So, yeah, Crunch. That's how he lost his bumper. He did run over the bumper. Yeah, with what, like 20 laps to go, you know, then you have time to... But this is even better because you don't lose your place in line.
Yep. That's a weird camera. And go look like the cars are floating. Wow. So Johnny Taylor
Roads? We don't need roads.
is up 2 positions over top of Mike Bruno.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was really...
25 laps, 24 when we hit the line. That's how long Johnny Taylor has to stay out front. The key is not getting caught up with Dakota Ehrman's speed with the fresh tires he has on his rig now.
Was Dakota Ehrman able to put on 4?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep, the last set of tires are on all our guys out here.
This is going to be a race.
Yep, Johnny Taylor, away he goes here for halfway the last restart. Taylor gets pulled away. We'll see how loose everybody gets. Let's keep back here. We're already having trouble. Stoney Benfield trying to kick it here. Putting Dakota Ehrman down on the bottom. Battle up front. Even if Johnny Taylor doesn't win this, it's okay, but he can't let Bruno get past him, and Bruno is reeling him in. Right now, Johnny Taylor is kind of watching these laps tick off. 23 to go. Brandon Banks sitting right behind him. Oh, we got somebody spinning here in the back. Dakota Ehrman is around.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Damage to the
That
rear
would-
bumper, we see.
I believe that would be the end of his podium chances for this evening.
Yeah, I just wonder who got into him. I wonder if Jesse Priest got into him or if Eric Schaefer got into him. Hopefully nobody got into him, but let's see if we can take a look and see what happens here. Inside, cold tires.
Yeah.
Oh, did Stoney come off the wall?
Tony.
Well, if you look at it, Ehrman actually saved a lot of damage.
Yep.
He actually may be able to return and just go his business as usual here.
Yeah, from the back.
There's the bump. You see Stoney already getting out of shape. Looks like he tries to make sure he's off the wall. And hooks Ehrman here. Yeah, a little nudge right there.
Doesn't take much.
Boy, good job by all the other drivers out there avoiding him. I would definitely expect to see Ehrman, and I do. Sitting right now in pit, trying to make sure that his car is square. Little cosmetic damage. They kind of wipe it off, pull out that bumper a little bit, back on he goes.
All right. Yeah, that didn't take long at all.
Nope. Only
he
less
came
than
back
4
out
seconds.
In 8th.
Yeah, Eric Schaefer still, he came back down. He's trying to get some more of that damage. Maybe they'll be able to put something on the back of his car.
And Priest is still sitting in pits. Wow. He must have had something major, and he keeps coming down to get little bits taken back out or off.
Yeah, but Priest has been down here for over 2 minutes.
I didn't see him in the tangle up. But even with Schaefer coming in again, he is still on the lead lap. And he'll be caught back up, I think, by the time they start off. You better hurry, though. Oh. Okay.
What?
He psyched me out. I thought he was coming in. I saw him come down, but that's just him.
I've seen guys double pit. It may have been an idea for him to do that, seeing that the lights are still on. And this is Schaefer actually catching the back of the pile.
Okay. Right behind Mr. Stanley?
So, I believe he'll get a wave around. He'll actually end up lined up in front of Stanley.
I would hope, but I've seen weirder things.
There he goes. He's working around him now. That's going to put Schaefer and Ehrman next to each other.
Wow.
Yep, that's going to be fun.
Those
Now
are
you've
two
got-
guys that are driven to be forward, boy.
Yeah, now you got Johnny Taylor, Brandon Banks, Stoney Benfield, and Mike Bruno. So now all of our guys are clumped up in the top 4.
Yes, they are. Brandon Banks being the only spoiler. Funny, I said back there, you know? He's going to come into play here.
Yeah. Well, remember, even if Banks wins it, that's who's higher. So
Oh.
I'm waiting if
Oh, yeah.
Taylor's going to make it, or Benfield's going to be able to squeak out in front because these two at the bottom may try to kill each other. Stoney within striking distance here.
Definitely.
I'm impressed how Stoney's able to be at the back of the field, and here late in the run, he's right back in contention.
Yep.
Normally
Yes.
people in the
Walter
back,
had
you're
almost-
always in the back. All right, let's get back under green here, Stella. 18 laps left to go. Bruno looking to run down Johnny Taylor as Taylor gets away to a fantastic start. Now all of our guys in contention are sitting 1, 2, and 3.
And 3.
Here we go. Johnny Taylor takes it high. Bruno's going to decide to hang low, and it looks like battle for the lead as Taylor pulls away just barely as Bruno was getting ready to rotate up the track. Stoney Benfield is third. Now he's off by about half a second already from Taylor. Brandon Banks is now fourth. Already got guys slipping and sliding out here, and I am seeing Sikosi off the wall as Ehrman down onto the bottom. Welcome back. Here he is sitting sixth. Looks like he's going to keep battling off up front and try to keep moving on through, but Johnny Taylor is in a lot of trouble here as Bruno looking underneath. Mike Bruno runs a 23.60. That is faster than Ehrman's fastest time, as now we've got a new record there for Mike Bruno onto the inside. Johnny Taylor in the number 3 for Team Conti trying to hold on here. If Bruno can just hold on. Right now he's out there running with Phase 2 chassis works, Bruno is, as he tries to get out front but not holding on yet. Bruno has got to make up his mind here with 15 laps left to go. Stoney sitting back getting ready to attack. And now Mark Sikosi getting his fastest time out there with a 23.6. That's matching Mike Bruno's fastest time, and so far so good for Sikosi, as now Sikosi's up to 5th.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is good. I'm sorry, I got caught up watching the race. Don't pay me tonight. I turned my tape.
There you go. I was going to say, you got quiet on me. You must be watching. All right, as everybody else out there watching, start rooting on your driver because they're going to need all the rally caps they can. Right now, Brandon Banks on the outside here of looks like Stoney Benfield. Benfield, ooh, all right, looks like the spotter got slapped around enough, and he listened this time. Stoney doesn't rotate up and make contact with Brandon Banks. Banks getting closer to the wall. Wow, almost scrubs that safer barrier wall, and now it looks like Banks is going to be in the way of Stoney Benfield getting up toward the front and possibly winning this race. Originally, I said you don't have to win this race to come away with the championship, but seeing where our guys are 1 and 2, you're going to have to win it. 12 to go. So the Grand Finale 200 coming down to the wire now with 12 miles left to run in this race. Right now we are seeing Johnny Taylor lead this one by about 0.3 of a second. Right now this is excellent. Moving on through for Johnny Taylor. Mike Bruno trying to run him down. Brandon Banks right behind Bruno. I'd be interested to see if Brandon Banks goes up there and tries to help Bruno get caught back up, as he's lost 0.3 on the past few laps, 11 to go. Stoney Benfield sits 4th. Dakota Ehrman coming alive again as he works around Sikosi. Ehrman back into the 5th spot. So far, Ehrman, his fastest time with a 23.62 out there. He's going to be looking to lock and load here and pick up a little more pace. Bruno losing another 10th on that last lap, and he's going to be seeing if he can run down Taylor.
Yeah, he's not far from it. I'm looking at Benfield is going to, like you say, have to get really wide to keep Ehrman off of him.
All right, well, we were looking at a 3/10 gap. Now it's a 2/10 gap. Bruno's decided to open her on up here, try to change up this line just a little bit. But Johnny Taylor enjoying that fresh air to the front of that engine, and he's continuing on through and still leading this one with 9 to go. Right now, Bruno is trying to take a quick little peek, figure out if there's a different line that he can take. And remember, Johnny Taylor has been following behind Mike Bruno most of this race, and now, oddly enough, Johnny Taylor is running Mike Bruno's line. Bruno is now having to run a different line, and I don't know if that's exactly what Johnny Taylor was trying to do here. He stays to the high side. Bruno trying not to get any of that dirty air and dropping a little lower than he normally does. And now Taylor, high side, but watch that turn exit he's going to have. And Bruno's looks like he's going to continue to chase that number 3 car for Team Conti.
Yeah, they're down to 3/10 now behind him. And 3/10 behind that is Banks. But take a look at the whole field. We're looking at the top 10, well, top 9 that are on the lead lap are still so close. They're within 8 seconds of each other. Ooh, Ehrman gave Stoney Benfield a little nudge there.
Yeah, Ehrman wanting to move on through. He's not satisfied with the top 5, and he's been one of the faster cars out here tonight. He's trying to get around Stoney, but Stoney knows exactly where to put that car to get in their way as he's trying to floss on through. Banks taking a look at Bruno up there, but not yet. Almost taking a peek, but not close enough. We'll keep here on Ehrman and Stoney. Right now, Stoney may be losing a position here as Ehrman almost goes up and clips that safer barrier wall. And I guarantee you that everybody loves Rockingham until they squeeze that thing down about another 3.5 to 4 feet into the track.
Oh, my. Yeah, it's, ooh-wee. They put the car tomorrow on this track for the first time, and the drivers were flying in to give it a try, and they were like, oh, please, no. Then the car slams down on the banking very hard on every turn.
Yeah, well, definitely the guys complain about the G-forces here and there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if Brandon Banks looks like if he's going to pass Mike Bruno. Tyler Juster's out there calling for a Hail Melon. Trying to see if he can get it here. Right now, Mike Bruno has got to get very, very close if he even wants to try that. Stella, I don't know if the rules here place that you can or cannot do a Hail Melon maneuver here. I know as wide as this track is, it may or may not be feasible.
So far, I haven't seen anybody be able to scrape and hold it like that without catching some angle and coming off in a bad way.
Yeah, this is a check back here on Ehrman, battling for that 4th position. And Stoney's off the wall.
Yes, ouch. That will give the open the window to Ehrman and Sikosi possibly.
Yeah, Mark Sikosi still charging on through. Sikosi up 10 actually on the night. Fantastic job here so far. And right now, Stella, we've got 2 laps left to go, and it looks like Johnny Taylor's starting to pull away.
8/10 apart to second place.
Yeah, and I say starting to pull away, but right now I've been watching him slowly eke by and just kind of waiting for other guys to make these mistakes. And Mike Bruno is going to be watching Johnny Taylor take the white flag as we get this one underway. Less than a mile to go here as we see Johnny Taylor slinging on by. Right now, half a mile as he reaches the backstretch. Bruno off by 0.8 of a second. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to be shooting for some passes, and Ehrman coming in 4th, and not a bad job here right now. That is Johnny Taylor coming to the line here for the win at the Grand Finale 200 in the NSR Xfinity Series. There is your championship winner of Johnny Taylor.
Very good, very good. Now, okay, the unofficial results up there. Banks is in the pits. Did it take him out of the finish?
Unsure. I see he did complete back 1 lap early. I don't know if he didn't make it or what happened there.
It was right there.
Yeah, I see 196.93.
You are kidding me.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, as we track down our winners for our interviews tonight, I may go find out what just happened. Oh, and let Jay know what a hail melon is. That Chastain move or riding
Yes,
the wall.
the Chastain move. That's a hail melon.
Yes. Any idea why they call it hail melon?
Chastain's the melon man. He used to be a
Yes.
watermelon farmer, and then got into NASCAR, and he's winning championships. You know.
Oh. Oh. Well, thank you. Learn
Yep.
something new every day.
Yep. There you go. Alrighty, Stella. As we kind of see this one kind of boil down, and we're going to wait for all of our guys to hopefully show up here. Seem to have lost opportunities of moving guys on up here, so hopefully we'll see them populate. We saw Hassler and Sisler. These are the guys that had most of the problems tonight. Brandon Hastings ended up with a spin out, as well as John Williams contact with the wall. Jason Hastings, he got hammered there. Tyler Merritt, I think he checked out on about lap 153, 154. Jesse Priest still trying to get something fixed. Yeah, definitely a bummer there for some of these drivers, but definitely Johnny Taylor, fantastic job here as he flies on through and comes away with the win. That was an excellent run here. So definitely from Rockingham, a lot of guys that had battled back and forth, and that definitely comes to an end here. We will kind of update you guys here in just a moment. Before I get to my drivers, I do want to talk about the upcoming schedule that we'll have. Is February 17th for the Xfinity Series here with the NSR Xfinity Series. We will, of course, be heading to Daytona, Atlanta, and Las Vegas. I do believe, keep an eye out there for the NSR. I don't know if they will have a fill-in team. Simtrax will not be here for the Atlanta Motor Speedway, unfortunately. I've got a few things going on outside of that for that deal for the Xfinity Series, so keep an eye out for the Daytona. I believe it should be the Daytona 300. Boy, there's a bunch of stage on 30, 60, and 120. That'll be exciting. And then we've got the Cup Series. We'll be at Daytona on the 14th. So keep your calendar out, because on the 14th, we are already, that is super soon. I know some of you guys may be thinking that's a ways away. Absolutely not. That will be this upcoming Wednesday. So a lot of guys will be stacking up here, and we'll be looking to see how that's going to work out for the upcoming series and kind of what they've got slicing and dicing moving around here. So we'll see how that goes. So guys, hold on just a moment and let me try to chase these guys down. And we'll kind of talk about the season finale race here.
All right.
Alrighty, everybody. Third place finisher, Dakota Ehrman in the number 48 Chevrolet. He originally qualified in this position, but was kind of seesawing back and forth all over this track, kind of where you ended up. Dakota, talk to me about the end of this race, man, and kind of maybe in its entirety of your insane speed you had out there, but wasn't able to hold out.
Yeah, that was a really long race, man. I didn't put any prep work in until like 2 hours before the race, and so we were already way behind the 8 ball. I didn't know how I needed to drive the car, and it showed. Like we had amazing short run pace, but I think a lot of that just came down to those guys were just saving super hard, and it really paid off for them in the long run, especially that really long run we had at the end where Johnny just drove up and passed me at the end. I was doing everything I could, man. I didn't have enough in the car. I think I drove it too hard. I was killing the right front probably more than they were. They were braking really hard on quarter entry, and I was just plowing in there and trying to dime in the corner. So I mix a driver just not knowing what to do, and the car needing a little more turn without sacrificing the drive off. Everything I did to it just kind of made it worse. But I don't really know how I got third. Brandon was there. He had the spot and just had to pull off. So I don't know what happened to him, but should have been him. This was my last outing with Phase 2 before I moved to Nitro. So I wanted to go out strong. I really wanted Mike to get the championship and the race win, or a combination of us winning and getting the championship. But Johnny really deserved it. He really killed it today. He was the best car. So congratulations, Johnny. Congrats, Mike. He absolutely killed it. Stoney ran an amazing race today. I just went and talked to him, and no hurt feelings about the getting turned thing. I think he got loose, and that happens, man. That race was a blast. So thankful for my team and my teammates. In my last race with them, we were able to come out and run really well.
All right, man. Well, does that conclude your shout-outs? Because you really let us have it there.
Yeah, I just real quick, I'll throw out Phase 2, Brandon, Dustin, Sean, Tyler, Mike, just Josh, everybody over there, in Liquid Moly for all the sponsoring, of all the cars. So it's been great working with them, great running in the league, and I'll still be here, just a little different colors.
All right, man. Well, a solid black car tonight. A little interesting to see that Liquid Moly not on the car. And hopefully we'll see how well you do in the upcoming. Will we end up seeing you in the Xfinity or the Cup?
I
Yes.
primarily build Xfinity.
Okay. Okay. All right, man. Well, we'll keep an eye out for you and see if you can throw anything into the mix in the other series. Good luck to you, Dakota, and congratulations on your finish here tonight, bud.
Hey, thank you, sir.
All right, that's Dakota Ehrman, our third-place finisher. Moving on to our second-place finisher of Mike Bruno. Right now, Mike Bruno having a heck of a time out here tonight and really the man on the move. But it's kind of the same issue that Dakota Ehrman had, kind of looking back at this race. Fast at times, but then kind of had some fall off during the long green flag runs. Mike Bruno, talk to me a little bit about it here, bud.
Yeah, that was really difficult to get a read on the car tonight. For some reason, every time I made an adjustment, it would do the opposite effect. So it was tricky for sure, but fun at the same time. Definitely had a ton of fun tonight. So, definitely would have loved to have come home with the win championship, but definitely happy for Johnny, and that was a great race.
Man, yeah, you were so close. And did it ever take the wind out of your sails whenever Johnny Taylor got in front of you, or did you feel like Superman whenever you passed him during this race?
It was kind of went both ways. I mean, there was a few times that I'd get by him, and I knew I was burning my stuff up a little too quick, and kind of hope for a short, maybe quick yellow or something, or just maybe it would hang on a little bit better with the adjustments I made. But he was just really good tonight. He was able to maintain and make the right adjustments there at the end, and it was a ton of fun racing him all night.
How brutal was it for the lap 175 caution to come out?
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit, but we just kind of made our adjustments and tried to persevere there, but didn't work out in the end.
All righty. Well, we got so close yet so far away, man, but we end up moving into the next season. Will we see you in Cup or Xfinity or both?
I think I'm going to stick with the Xfinity car. That's been my go-to for years. I still love it. A ton of fun. Yeah, maybe both, but right now I'd probably just Xfinity.
Okay, well, definitely. I know next gen they are a little bit tougher, and guys having to kind of wheel around for the fifth gear. I've actually heard of guys actually changing the gear setup to make sure they don't run fifth and they only run fourth gear on those 1.5-mile tracks. That is definitely probably a winning choice. Mike, definitely with this race here tonight, man, at Rockingham, the NSR Xfinity Series has been really Heck of a race and kind of a heck of a series here, and it kind of comes to a close. Kind of what do you have to wrap up from this entire season here so far?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. We, obviously would like some more wins there throughout the season, but had some great runs, great races, raced with a lot of good people, and be happy to come back next season.
All righty, man. Shout out time.
Oh, dude, gotta say congrats to Johnny on the win for sure. Again, he did a great job. Stony, Brandon, everybody, Dakota that was up front there. It was a ton of fun racing with those guys. Thank my team, Phase 2 Motorsports as always, Liquid Molly, Dakota, Sean, Dustin, everybody that helped work on the sets, man. They did a great job. I can't thank them enough.
All right, Mike, congratulations on your second place finish, man. Hate to see you not win it, but man, we always got next year.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for what you do too, man.
Yeah, take it easy, Mike.
You, bud.
And the
All
nice
righty.
thing is, it's not even have to do next year; it's next season, which is next week.
Yeah, I know. And they would talk about no off time. I've seen some guys that they take a 2 to 3 week break and they fire at it again. But they are not looking to waste any time. Johnny Taylor joining us here tonight as our race winner, and not just as the race winner, but as our championship winner here. Johnny, what a race it was out here tonight. Any doubt in your mind on the win?
I knew it was going to be a hard-fought battle there, especially if old Hines showed up. I knew going in, him and Bruno would put up a real hard fight and not let it be an easy one. So shout out to them for racing me real clean. Dakota and Bruno there, clean and hard racing. It was a fun, solid race.
Man, we kind of kept an eye on your number 3 Chevrolet out there, and extremely difficult for you to pass on the bottom side, yet you never give up on it. Is there a reason why? Is it a setup? Because I noticed toward the end of the race, you ran Bruno's line.
I just tried to keep it on the bottom and just really wrap that paint for as long as I could, and then the longer I could run the bottom down there with everybody else kind of working different lanes, I kind of knew their tires would be a little more worn in, heated up. So I knew I'd have a little bit more than them when I did go to the top, change lanes. But just passing here so hard, you have to really sail it in there on the bottom or something, pull a slider, so it's tough.
Yeah, and especially with how rough this track is, there is a certain line that you do need to hit so it doesn't buck you coming out of 2. Did you have any trouble out there or ride next to some guys that made you nervous out there kind of on any of these turn exits?
No. I mean, I felt like everybody gave me quite a bit of room. I felt like it was a pretty clean race, other than a few. I think there was one guy I think that was struggling a little bit out there, but other than that, it was a pretty clean race. It was fun.
Yeah, well, this track is a very difficult one, especially trying to keep traction, especially in the rear. You bounce, you lose steering, and then trying to keep your power underneath of you from behind, so it makes it even more difficult. I've asked the second and third place finishers of Mike Bruno and Dakota Ehrman whether they're going to continue on and hang out with the Xfinity series, or if you guys are thinking about dipping your toe into the Cup and the pool, with running the NASCAR Cup Series.
With my work schedule, all I'm available for is Saturday and Sunday, so I won't be able to dip my foot in the Cup schedule. But other than that, we'll be back for the Xfinity.
I get it. Dipping foot in Cup. All right.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, without Hines being here, did you think between you, Bruno, and Stoney Benfield out there, did you think this one was going to be a layup, or were you nervous coming into the night?
I wouldn't say nervous. I mean, I didn't really. It's kind of neutral. Wasn't really nervous, but didn't really have a bunch of confidence. I knew the car was fairly stout. I had second doubts about it. I mean, there was times this week where I'd be way on the other end of the spectrum as far as tight or loose. So I was just trying to find that good neutral balance in between throughout a whole run.
All right, man. What's next for Johnny Taylor?
I think we're just going to chillax for the week, get ready for Daytona next week. Shout out to Team Connie there for always putting out bad fast sets every week.
All right, Johnny. Well, I got that, man, and congratulations on your finish here. The Grand Finale 200 is yours, and the Championship 4 winner here of the NSR Xfinity Series, presented by the NC811.org. Johnny, congratulations, man. Fantastic job tonight, and we'll see you for next season.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah. Stella, that definitely wraps it up for us here. As you see, Johnny Taylor came away. Didn't lead the most laps here, but he definitely waited and put in the time and put in the work when he needed to. Coming away with the win with all 3 Chevrolets sitting in podium positions. This was definitely a great race here. But as we kick off the next season, you know, we're going to see a lot more of this battling going on. And I think with a little more following the same race schedule that the in real life guys are doing, this should make it really, really interesting out there.
Yeah, I'm really kind of excited. The not having the week off and keep rolling, can't do any better than that. It's like, yay, I don't have to go watch basketball or something.
Yeah, no. Normally when guys have a little bit of an off season, they try to pick some fun races. If you had a beef with somebody out there, you go out there and do a little demolition derby or something, you know, at Irwindale, and definitely take your frustrations out and then show up next season going, all right, man. Yeah, we settled our beef. Let's get it done, you know. Same as Days of Thunder or them on the beach. Just settle the beef, get it over with, and now we can race like men, you know. Just get it out of your system.
I was going to say, these guys all seem to be so friendly and they get along. I don't think there's beefs.
I don't know about that. I've raced in a few different leagues. It's hard not to have a beef, even if it's somebody who won't stop passing you dirty every time you get out there and somebody nudges you, man. You know, I'm about sick of that. Stop hitting me. You know, I got things to do. I got things to live for. I want to finish the race. I don't need damage or you destroying me. But that definitely comes into play. All right, everybody. Simtrax Broadcasting will be on next this upcoming Tuesday out there for NORA. So keep an eye out for the NORA Cup Series. We're going to have a great season coming up. I think, Stella, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're covering Daytona 3 times. This upcoming week, and that's going to be, woo! We're gonna have it though, but man, it's going to be fantastic. I think everybody's gonna enjoy it. Some super speedway racing, a little bit of pack racing, and we'll have all sorts of stuff for you guys out there and bring you the best in broadcasting. Stella, anything to add?
Well, it'll be Daytona 3 times next week, but for Valentine's Day, we will be with NSR Cup Series, first time. And let's make it a fun Valentine's Day. Maybe have the girlfriend, you know, rub your shoulders while you're racing or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Definitely a concentration breaker. All right, everybody, from all of us from here at Simtrax Broadcasting, Patrick Morrison here, Stella joining alongside me. We bid you all farewell and good night. Be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll catch all you guys next time.